Well, breaking news now, the Justice Department and the Securities and Exchange Commission are now investigating the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. NBC News confirmed this just moments ago, attributing three sources familiar with the matter. Since the bank shut down last Friday, it's been increasingly under the microscope from the Federal Reserve as well as Congress. And of course, it's got people at home nervous about what's going on. NBC News correspondent Jake Ward is following all of this. Hey, Jake, so what specifically are investigators focusing on that means this is officially happening?
Well, investigators, according to the Washington Post, both in Washington, D.C. and here in San Francisco, are looking at a combination of factors at Silicon Valley Bank, including some allegations of insider trading. According to regulatory filings, we know that the CEO, just a couple of weeks before last week's collapse, sold about $3.6 million worth of stock. And so it seems that they'll be looking closely at that. Of course, this is just a probe. We don't know if any sort of charges, any specific charges of wrongdoing are going to be alleged here. But at this point, certainly a lot of heat coming down on the leadership of Silicon Valley Bank, which is, of course, under the control of the FDIC at this hour.
Jake, we've also, of course, been talking about how the Biden administration is taking action, try to prevent these ripple effects from these bank closures. So then the next question, which is on a lot of people's minds at home, could regional banks be impacted by this? Smaller banks, less capital, is that a concern?
Yeah, it is a concern, you guys. I mean, what we're talking about here is these sort of mid-sized banks, regional banks that, once upon a time before 1985 would have just been, the sort of one bank in the one building in your small town, and have since grown to this weird size in which they are a little too small to be the kind of a bank that's adequately diversified from the perspective of analysts, and also big enough to have this kind of problem that we saw with Silicon Valley Bank, where panic in one bank leads to another bank, Signature Bank being shut down. That's why, as of yesterday, Moody's announced that it was looking at 7 regional banks at possibly downgrading their credit rating. And this morning is talking about bringing down its outlook on the entire banking sector. So regional banks definitely under really serious focus today, you guys.
All right, Jake Ward, we know you'll stay on that for us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.